Welcome back guys to another video. What we've got for you today is it's another not so performance car review, but it's still such a popular car, such a good car, and they are very popular. They're such an amazing car, honestly. For a family car, they're ideal. They're perfect cars. It's the Nissan Qashqai, and this one here that we've got today is the 1.3 Dig T TEKNA, so it's like one of the top of the range ones, and you'll see that on the actual walk around on the drive and stuff, and it's actually such a fantastic car. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, performance_lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. We've got plenty of videos uploaded and we've got plenty of content to come. Again, performance and non-performance like, so yeah, just check them out, and I'm sure there's gonna be something out there for everybody to like. So yeah, and if you'd like your car featured on the channel, drop us an email at pflifestyle@hotmail.com, and we will be more than happy to accommodate. But for today, we've got this beautiful Qashqai. Honestly, this is a very good family car, and yeah, we'll go for a little walk around, then we'll go for a drive, and then we'll conclude the video. And I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Let's check it out. So here it is. This actual car here is a 2019, I think it is 2019, late 2019, 1.3 Dig T TEKNA, so it's the fully loaded. If you're looking for a car that's spacious, still got the same sort of running costs as a normal family hatchback or a saloon, then these Qashqais are an ideal sort of candidate. And with this being obviously the higher spec one, so you get the bigger 19-inch wheels, diamond cut with black on the inside, and again obviously same on the back. And this one's actually finished off in, I can't remember the exact paint code for it, but it looks black until the sun hits it, then it's got like a bronzy sort of tint to it, and it is a stunning colour. The roof rails, again, it's a standard feature on these things. It just gives it a bit more space to carry any roof racks and stuff for a family outing. And then obviously you get all these standard sort of features here. You get the silver trims here, I think, not sure what they are actually, but yeah, this one's got the LED lights or xenon lights with the Qashqai engraved on the inside there. Looks quite snazzy. And the DRLs on these are like this. They go all the way around here, and you'll see. So yeah, and this also does have, it's like the Nissan's version of the 360 cameras. So you got cameras under the mirrors, which just there. You got a camera right on the front here, somewhere up there. Yeah, there it is. And then obviously you got the camera on the boot lid as well, so your rear view camera. So you literally get like a panoramic view of the car when you're reversing, parking up or whatever really. So it's actually a very good feature, and to be fair, it's quite useful. I've driven this car a small amount of times, and it is actually quite something that you can easily just start to rely on. So onto the back, again, it looks very similar to all the Qashqais. These Qashqais have been around for a long time. I think 2014 this shape, but this is like the facelift, so you get the two silver trims on the rear bumper, the lights are different, and you know, a few little aesthetic touches on the outside. But again, it is still a beautiful car, and there's the actual camera on the back. Tinted windows again, standard, and I think that's purely because of the spec. All this chrome trim, it really does actually suit the car. It sets it off. It's actually like I said, it's a very good candidate for a family car. And the spec on these things as well, you're going to struggle to find a German equivalent for similar money, similar age. Well, I don't think you will find a German equivalent, to be fair, for this sort of price. It is a very good car, and the 1.3 litre engine is a new sort of thing that Nissan introduced, which I'll go through in a short while. So onto the inside. First thing you notice there is it's got the flat bottom or D-style steering wheel, as a lot of the other videos have stated it. But yeah, it's a flat bottom steering wheel, obviously multi-function, so you get your buttons here for your cruise control, telephone, voice command, a few of the bits and bobs. And the best actual, I think, feature on this car, on this actual car, is the seats. So it's got electric seats as well, memory seats, heated seats. And like I mentioned, the actual seats are fantastic. They are an epic seat, especially this. I'm sure this is an optional extra because the TEKNAs that I've actually had a look on the internet just to see what the sketch with them is, they don't have this interior, but this one does. So I'm actually led to believe that this is an option. Again, it's a very nice option, and I must admit, you know, it kind of like sets it apart from the rest of them. The actual information system here, satellite navigation. If I turn the car on, we get the dial sweep as well, which I think might clock on. Nissan Connect. So you do actually get. It is, to be fair, it's quite a good system. It's quite an old system. It's been around for a little while, but I think it's one of them things where if it's not broken, why fix it? But they have actually made a few little tweaks to it, as opposed to the original system. And I must admit, it's actually a very good system. To be fair, it's quite easy to use. It's got everything that you need it to do, and as you can see there, and it's even got a button here for your camera, so you can switch your cameras on. So you can. So there's obviously the front camera, the bird's eye cameras. These are the ones under the mirrors, and again the front one there, and the rear camera. So, and you could do all of that. And this one's also got self-parking. Now, I'll try and show you how it works, but it is a bit of a. I've done it once, and it actually does work. It does actually work. I've tried it once on one of them Toyota CRZ things, them hybrid things. And honestly, it scared the living daylights out of us. It was literally, it went into reverse and it went full pelt straight back. And it was like, I'm sure it's not supposed to do that, but it did. But yeah, that was that. But this is actually quite good. This actually does it at a sensible speed. So the self-parking thing. Right, I'll click on start. Drive forward. Oh, and look, the steering wheel's automatically turning by itself. It's still telling me to drive forward. Oh, now it's telling me stop and select reverse gear. Drive backwards. Make sure there's nothing else around me, and hopefully, yeah, steering wheel turning by itself. Let's see how good this actual system is. Hopefully it will stop in a parking space, and it looks like it has done. So that's that. Okay, now let's get out of the car, see if we're inside a parking space or not. A little bit over to one side, but it is in the parking space. And considering that's probably the first time I've actually used it to park up in one of these sort of spaces, I think that's actually quite good. I think it's I'd say it's safe to say that it's passed that test as well. So the self-parking on one of these, very good, very good. It's also got stuff like lane assist, I'm not sure what that is, stop start, and the actual dials are very simple, similar to your normal sort of Qashqais, and electric handbrake, which is a modern thing that most cars actually have. And another feature this has got is it's got a full length panoramic sunroof, and as you can probably tell, the amount of light it lets into the car is fantastic, as you're probably aware anyway. There's a lot of cars out there now that feature panoramic roofs, and it used to be an in thing, you know, a new thing a fair few years ago, but now it's kind of like the norm. But again, it is only the norm in the top spec sort of cars, and like I said, this is like, it is a top spec car, especially with these seats and all the rest of the stuff that's going on. So yeah, it's a, like I said, for as far as family cars go, these are a very, very good candidate. So the rear leg room, as you can see, like I said, I'm probably just shy of 6 feet tall. A lot of people did actually kick off about, you know, not kick off, but actually mention that there's leg room in the back here is very, very tight and very compact. But I mean, that's normal. This seat is in a normal position. I've not pushed it further forward, and here it is. There's actually plenty of space in the back of this car to seat 3 people, 3 big people, and you know, anything 18 stoners, then you might struggle, you might only get 2. But 3 average sized people, I think it's actually ideal, it's perfect. And also you get the addition of the center armrest as well, so you can cup holders. Perfect, honestly, ideal family cars, these things are. And like I mentioned, if you're after a car with the running costs of a normal family saloon hatchback, but the looks of a bit of an SUV 4x4 thing, then these are ideal. These are still 2-wheel drive. Well, this actual particular model is still a 2-wheel drive car, so you've got none of the 4-wheel drive system. But again, majority of the 4-wheel drives that you see on the road, how often are they really even used in a 4-wheel drive situation? I'd say never. So under the bonnet then, this is actually the new 1.3 turbocharged engine that Renault stroke Nissan have produced, and it's to replace the actual 1.2 and 1.6 petrol versions. So you get the economy of similar to a diesel, but you still get the oomph and the performance that you would do from a petrol car. And now this is the 140 brake horsepower version, and I know the engine on this thing does look like a bit of a mess because it's got wire, it's got all these cables and stuff hanging around over the top, but this is just the way they've designed them. And this is exactly what engines look like, modern day engines on these normal cars look like when you take the cover off, and I think they've just opted not to put a cover on top. But yeah, this is the new thing. This is a fairly low mileage car at the minute, but I don't know how well they'll perform, you know, when they've done 100, 120, 30,000 miles, but I'm sure there's plenty of testing gone into these, thousands and thousands of hours of running time and, you know, miles of running time, so I'm sure they'll be more than reliable. But yeah, it's a new thing at the minute, and I think they've actually done a very good job. Personally, I think it's a very, very good job. I mean, this car averages around, on paper, 50 odd miles to the gallon, but I think personally they will be more so around the 40 mpg around the streets, and on a run, yeah, you could probably get 50 mpg, which I'd say is quite a good economy for the size of the car, and this, you know, for a petrol turbocharged engine. I think that's a very good economy. What we'll do is we'll go for a drive, just to give you guys a feel of my feedback on what I think it drives like. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, performance_lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And like I mentioned, we've got majority of the videos on there are performance car related, but we're trying to kind of like peck into non-performance cars as well, something with a decent spec, so it appeals to a few more people, should we say. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and we'll catch you on the drive. So onto the drive of this Qashqai. Now, as I mentioned, this does come with the newly developed sort of 1.3 litre turbocharged engine, and it's actually I was expecting it, to be fair, to be a bit lazy and a bit sluggish and stuff, but they're not. I mean, by no means is this going to be winning any drag races, but it wasn't designed for that purpose. But it actually does pick up perfectly fine. Now, I know some people will probably rip me for this, but I think it's actually quite a nice car to drive. If you're after, like I said, a family car, the purpose of this video isn't for performance and nothing of that nature. But if you're after a family car that gives you that feel that you're driving it, you know, a little bit of a bigger car, ideal cars. Honestly, these things are absolutely perfect. They've got everything, like I mentioned, you need. It's got a well kitted out spec list to it. You know, I think, like I said, it's got these fancy seats, it's got keyless entry, push button start, sat nav, touchscreen, dual climate control, obviously full electrics, which is a standard thing, panoramic sunroof, and I've just noticed it's also got blind spot indicators. So if you're driving around on dual carriageway stroke motorway, and it almost eliminates, even though it's recommended that you still do, but it eliminates that look over the shoulder thing, because it automatically lets you know if there's a car there. And now that, I think, is a very, very good feature. And I had that on the FK2 Civic Type R that I had a little while back, and the video for that Civic Type R is on our channel, and it is actually very good. It almost gets you to the point where you become so dependent on it, which is probably not a good thing, but it is there, and it is a good feature to have. Now, this car does come with the 19-inch alloy wheels. They're a very nice wheel to look at, and I think it suits the car quite well. you do get some of these with the smaller wheels, and I think that is literally the lesser spec sort of cars. I'm not sure how they work, connector or something they're called, but I think the 19 suit it quite well. But a lot of people have said, you know, because of the tires are so thin, it kind of like makes the drive a bit stiff. But having driven a few of these sort of type of cars, I've actually got this size car myself, which might get a video up on the channel. Again, it's a family car, daily car, and so I might get a video of that on the channel as well. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't think it's actually very harsh, to be fair, the drive on it. And again, performance, well, I'll say performance, third gear, you won't have any problems overtaking, let's put it that way. And as I mentioned, you're not winning any drag races, but these cars were not designed with that purpose in mind. So you're not going to be expected to be drag racing this thing, or racing this thing for that matter, in Mexico on the track, obviously. But yeah, this car, the steering wheel feels very nice to grip, to hold when you're driving along. It's got everything that you need right there in front of you. And it's a fairly simple car to use. Certain cars, buttons are a bit, I don't know, I find them a little bit complicated to use when you're driving them, especially if it's the first time you're driving that car. But these cars are perfect. And it's even got lane assist. So if you stray out of your lane on a motorway, it'll pull you back in. Or it'll vibrate the steering wheel to let you know that you're kind of like drifting away. So get yourself back into your own lane, which is obviously a very good feature to have. It's actually got quite a nice sort of punch to it. It's quite impressive really. And as I mentioned, this is a two-wheel drive car. It's a front-wheel drive car. It's not your four-wheel drive. These do come in a four-wheel drive version as well. But again, they're a bit heavier and fuel economy does suffer because of that. But again, if it's just a daily road car, I don't see the need for a four-wheel drive. We don't really get a lot of snow in this country anyway. And if you're not using it, like I said, on off-road, no need for it at all whatsoever. So economy, actually let's see if I can find the fuel economy thing on here, which I probably can't, but I've actually seen it on there. It was averaging at just over 40 miles per gallon, 43 miles per gallon, which isn't bad considering this is majority of the time this car is used on the road, on the street, around the streets. So I'd say that's actually quite a good feature, quite a good economy. These were known, well, allegedly they said they were going to do more than 40, but most people, reviews that I've read, owners' reviews, people are struggling to get around the 40 miles per gallon, which this one's doing, like I said, 43. It's not too bad, to be fair, in this day and age. And with fuel prices going the way they're going, it's probably a good thing. Yeah, probably a good thing. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention on this car is, I've just noticed it's actually got a heated front screen. And now if you're a Ford owner, you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? Because most Fords have them. But I think Ford is the only car that I've known to have had them. But this has got it as well. And on them cold winter mornings, it is ideal. Perfect. So then guys, I'm going to conclude the video for today. I hope you've enjoyed that brief little video of a non-performance car, but again, it's a very popular car. It's a very nice example as well. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, performance_lifestyles, and Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. And as per usual, stay safe, and we will catch you on the next video.